Namaste yogis. I thought today we'd do a little yin practice. Before we get started, let's check in and see how we feel. Make your way into a child's pose. So coming onto your knees. You can open your knees up wide or you can bring your knees together. Extending your arms forward out in front of you and allowing your forehead to rest towards the floor. If this is too much on your shoulders, you can always bend the elbows. You can create a little prop to put your head on here. And you can also take your arms behind you. Taking 3 breaths. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your nose. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. One more time. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Take the arms forward here, cat curl up, round up. Let's take a downward facing dog. We're going to move a little before we settle into some yin poses. So shift forward in a plank pose, lower your knees, chin, chest to the earth. Slither forward to a low cobra. Exhale into a child's pose. Let's do 2 more. Cat curl up, round up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower knees, chin, chest to the earth. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Last one. Cat curl up, round up. Downward facing dog. Shift forward, plank. Lower knees, chin, chest to the earth. Slither forward, low cobra. Exhale, child's pose. So first pose we're going to take today, my teacher calls it miserable heifer. So come onto your back. You'll cross your right leg over your left leg. You'll draw your knees in towards your chest, and this might be enough for you. From here, you can possibly grab your ankles or grab the soles of your feet here. Drawing the knees in here and breathing. So it looks similar to cow face pose that we do seated, hence the name miserable heifer. So feeling this in your inner thighs and your outer thighs, that is the target area. So remember, it's not about what the pose looks like, it's about the specific target area in the body. So usually I use a timer when practicing yin poses, but I don't have one today. So we're just going to use our breath as our timer, so counting the breaths. So we're going to do this one for about 20 breaths. So closing your eyes and taking your focus inward. Once we get settled into the pose, remember there's different variations for different bodies. Take the one that works for yours. Once we get settled in here, I'm going to get quiet so I don't disturb you from your practice, from your experience in your body. Let's begin. slowly make your way out of the pose. So a couple of options. Sometimes it feels nice to just move the body, and sometimes it's nice to just come into a savasana or a resting position. Either way, observe the shifting and changing of the energy in your body, of the blood flow in your body. So let's take 5 breaths wherever you're at, whether you're moving or you're finding stillness. Let's go ahead and move into the other side. So you'll cross the left leg over the right, drawing the knees in. Maybe you grab the ankles or grab the soles of the feet. Find the variation of the pose that feels comfortable for you. You only want to come about 75% into your full expression of the pose because it gets more intense the longer we hold it. So typically we hold poses in a normal yoga class anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. But like I said, we're just counting our breaths today. So we're going to do 20 breaths here. So finding stillness. I like to close my eyes and just settle in. Allow your breath to be normal, just flowing in and out of the nose. Go ahead and release. Finding that stillness, which is called rebound, for 5 breaths, or move for 5 breaths. Next pose is called butterfly. And from here, we're going to take our knees and open them wide. The target area is going to be our inner thighs. So for some of you might need to place some pillows underneath the thighs here to support them in order for the muscles to relax. And you can bring your arms by your side, or if you're comfortable bringing one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, you could do that. So once again, we're going to stay here for 20 breaths. So inhaling through your nose and exhale, letting go. Slowly exit the pose. You may need to help your legs come back together. Once again, finding stillness, that rebound, or feel free to move around. Whichever option, do it with awareness, so observing the sensations in the body. So the next pose we're going to take is called Twisted Root. So option, bend your knees, cross that right leg over the left, extending your arms out. You'll drop the knees to the left. Once again, you might want to use one of those pillows to support the right leg here. The target area is going to be the lower right side of your back. So you might find that this variation is too intense for you. And what you can simply do is just bring your right knee into your chest and take it over to the side. Or you can bring both your knees to the floor. And then we'll take the gaze over the right shoulder. So pick the variation that feels best for you. I'm going to take the first variation. And then from here, you're just going to close your eyes. Once again, just go inward and notice and feel the sensations in your body. Gently exit the pose. This variation, I'm going to go ahead and just move around in between the right side and the left. Noticing how the body starts to return back to normal, so you start to feel the blood flow, the energy flow to that part of the body that may have been constricted. So learning to understand the subtleties in the body, the sensations. And then when you're ready, let's move into the other side. So I'm going to remind you of the options: crossing the left leg over the right, shifting the hips to the left, and dropping the knees over to the right. If that's too much, drawing the left knee in, and then taking it over. Target area is the lower left side of your back. And third option is knees together and drop them over. All right, so pick the one that's best for you. Be curious with your body. So finding it and then finding some stillness here, and then begin to breathe. If your mind wanders away from the body and the breath, just bring it back slowly. Never being forceful with anything that we do, whether it's a yoga pose or it is bringing our attention back to our breath or our mantra for meditating. slowly exit the pose. Decide whether you just want to find stillness or maybe you want to bring some organic movement into the body. What would feel good in this moment? And when you're ready, make your way up. From here, we're going to take what's called Sphinx pose. So you'll come onto your belly. You'll bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders here. And from here, you want your legs to be heavy. They can be hip distance apart or as wide as your yoga mat, but you want them to be relaxed. You want your buttocks to be relaxed, your lower back to be relaxed, and you want to feel as though you're bringing your heart forward through your arms here. Your chin comes in slightly here. And this could be enough for you today. So the target area is the lower back. If you feel like you can do a little more, you can walk your hands forward here, create a little hammock with your spine, or you can walk your hands back. And the more you walk your hands back towards your hips, the more intense the pose gets. So keep in mind, today we're going to hold this for 20 breaths. So you want to be able to hold it the whole time without being disturbed by the sensations in the body. So this could be pretty intense for you, and it gets more intense the longer we hold it. So find the variation that works best for you, and let's begin. So 20 breaths here. Go ahead and release. Come all the way down. Maybe create a little pillow for your forehead or look to the right or the left, whatever feels best for you. Finding that stillness. Some of you might want to windshield wiper your legs side to side on your belly. Whatever feels best for you. Let's just surrender and just let go here. And then slowly make your way up. We'll take child's pose as our last pose. So options here. Knees together. It's going to create more of a rounding in your spine. Knees apart is going to create more of a length in your spine. Pick the one that feels best for your body. So I'll give you a few moments to play around with both variations. And remember, as I said earlier at the beginning of class, that you can take your hands and create a little pillow. You can extend them forward or you can take them behind you. So settle in and let's hold 20 breaths. Slowly come out of the pose. Make your way into a cross-seated position, sitting up nice and tall. And let's close our eyes and take 20 breaths together here, just in Sukhasana, easy sit. Flutter your eyes open.